Right here, at home. Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, man. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low and then hit 'em high, and then watch the Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. EAGLES, Eagles.
That's why you always getting all the slander. Who are they? The fucking Bummanders. 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 Who are they? The fucking Bummanders.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome to the Main Thing Podcast presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, to bring you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Hey, man, we here to talk about that NFC Championship bout, or should I say route, where we stomped a hole in them Commanders 55-23. This was our 181st meeting, third meeting of this season. That was the most points scored in the conference championship game. Very dominant win. Eagles are now headed to Super Bowl 59. Okay. This is our fifth Super Bowl appearance. Went in 1980, 2004, if you know, you know, 2017, 2022, and now 2024. Look, man, we're making this a regular thing now. Appearing in the Super Bowl now two times in the past 3 years. First time, we all know how that went versus the Chiefs. Didn't end so well. We're now facing the Chiefs again. It'll be a different outcome. I guarantee it. On our last three NFC Championship appearances, 2018, we beat the Vikings 38-7. 2022, we beat the 49ers 31-7. 2025, we beat the Commanders 55-23. When we get in these games, we are stopping holes in folks. We are showing clear dominance, clear physicality. Who wants it more? We do. In these last three matchups now, we've combined the score of 124-37. That is a plus 87-point differential. So we're putting up points. We're keeping the folks out of the end zone, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team. This is we now have also, before we move on, this will be our fourth Super Bowl appearance since the 2000. That's the most in the NFC. Mm-hmm. This Eagles team, with Howie Roseman has done, Jeff Lurie in this 2000 era, has been remarkable. Winning is truly the priority. After watching the game, bro, how you feeling, man?
To add on to your point real quick, Huss, about
Go ahead, tap in.
The success that we've had since 2000. What Jeffrey Lurie say during a conference championship game ceremony? He said it's kind of expected.
Exactly.
this is what we're the new norm. And it kind of started with Dougie P when he said this is going to be the new norm of playing championship football year in and year out. When the season starts, we expect Super Bowl, nothing less. Because before I get into to this topic and how I felt about the game, start what y'all doing real quick. I know y'all don't want to put this fire content on pause, but make sure y'all keep liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel and helping our community grow and our family grow. And also make sure y'all are checking on that Liberty Bell looking thingy, also that notification bell, to make sure that it's still turned on so you don't miss when we drop this content here. But yeah, Huss, how I felt about this game, man, it's how I felt before the game. I knew what type of game this was going to be. We spoke on it the prior video that obviously we had some unfortunate circumstances happen in a prior game where QB1 went out the game, couldn't finish, and Kenny Pickett had to come in and relieve him of his services and duties. CJ Gardner-Johnson getting thrown out. Also, Dallas Goedert not being available for that game. It was kind of different this time now. Welcome back to Philly. Welcome to facing the big brothers that y'all know and love. And welcome to the link where we don't lose. This is a common theme. This is a common thing here in Philadelphia. We don't expect, like we said, nothing less than Super Bowl bursts. And what I saw on Sunday was a team that was a family, tough, togetherness, and detailed. They focus on the small things, small attention to detail, like I said, the little things, and got back to basics. They understood their assignment, executed at a very high level, and knew that this was going to be the year that we will not let our brothers down. The Redskin fans and the Commander fans walking around, like I said, chirping, talking about, oh yeah, we got something for y'all. Yeah, we JD5 and JD5. I got JD. What was I got 5 on it. And JD5 we trust. Ain't here on some nutty, corny stuff, bro. Like, bro, act like you've been here. Oh, I forgot. Y'all haven't been here since 91. My apologies. But now y'all got exposed. And we told y'all that y'all was going to get exposed because now it's to the point where we're not going to be Mr. Nice Guy no more. Y'all about to start getting the real raw. Y'all have already been getting the real raw, but now we want it to be humble. But now we're going to let it out. Because y'all know that y'all shouldn't have even been there. Now it was first, oh, we're gonna beat y'all. Y'all didn't beat us the last time. Blah 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 blah. Now it's, oh well, we weren't supposed to be there. Our roster isn't as good as y'all's. We lucked up in being there. Y'all knew that from the beginning. Y'all just had false hope. But I'm not even going to talk about the Commanders no more because today is the Eagles Day and we celebrate and we're on the Super Bowl 59. I just love how the coaches, the players, the organization, everybody was prepared for this situation, and it truly showed, Big Huss.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better, bro. Could have said it better. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this, I'm just going to tap on a little bit of injury stuff. You had Landon Dickerson, who was battling through a knee injury.
Warrior.
Cam Jurgens, who was battling through a back injury.
Warrior.
Warrior. And then Kenny Gainwell, unfortunately, has suffered a concussion. Mm-hmm. All three of these players, more than likely, will be playing in the Super Bowl, so there's no worry about that. But as you have mentioned, those two first, especially those first guys, Warriors, they were battling. Mm-hmm. So
And Kenny should be good too, because you saw he had the nasty hit with the concussion.
Yeah.
But then you look on social media and he's replying to Gilly and having fun in the comments with Gilly. So he seemed like he good.
Yeah, bro. He gonna be straight. Look, we got our whole Super Bowl video, but if you're a player and you're willing, able, you're not gonna miss that game.
Not at all.
You gonna be suited up, ready to rock and roll no matter what. So yeah, them boys, they'll be there, and we need them all for real. Mm-hmm. Those are some key contributors. Mm-hmm. But now tapping into this offense. Oh. What you see, bro? What you see?
Hey, what Uzi say? This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. It's just whatever. Come on now. Hey, look, we've been telling y'all. When it all clicks, when the offense works with the defense and the defense works with special teams, this is the recipe to success. Complementary football. But on the offense, when the line blocks and protects how they're supposed to, and it's communication throughout, when QB1 is on point, when the receivers are doing their obligations and duties and taking care of business how they do, and then you got Goddard having mismatches on people all day, and then you have the MVP in the backfield, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is why for so long on our content, even though we have started it in this year, we get so frustrated, and we want our supporters to know why we have this frustration. Because the caliber of players and the talent that we have, this should be on a normal basis. It should be to the point where we're blowing people out willingly. We're bullying you every single time. The fact is, we saw off the first play, you know what happened. We're going to get into that, but you know what happened. We came in assertive, we came in dominant, we came in prepared, we came in wanted to fight for one another, and we executed at a very high level. The offensive coaches had a scheme, they stuck to it, we stayed on schedule, we had no turnovers. All around this, it was just poetry in motion. It was poetry in motion, Huss. It was poetry in motion. Everything looked fluid. It didn't look forced. Everything happened naturally. We saw when the run game works, what happens? The pass game opens up. We said there will be chances. And I'm proud of QB1 for being the leader that he is. It starts and ends with him. I know Saquon gets a lot of love, Big Huss, and rightfully so. He's a generational talent. We knew what it was when he played in New York. And then when he got free and was able to sign up with us, we knew what type of time he was going to be on. But it starts and ends with QB1. Him being the leader that he is, I was proud that he took ownership and he was able to process and read the defense at a high clip that he did. He wasn't making mistakes. He wasn't forcing. We talked off camera because one thing that we were very proud of him is him getting out the pocket and getting rid of the football, living to fight another down, not getting behind the sticks, staying ahead of schedule. Right?
I thought that was major.
I thought that was super major. This was his best game, arguably all season long. And what a fitting way to save it for the NFC Championship game. Right? He was 20 of 28. 246 yards, a 71.4 completion percentage, 8.8 average, 110.1 passer rating, a 72.3 QBR, one touchdown through the air, one touchdown. But then you add where people always forget the dual threat factor that QB1 brings. It ain't gonna always look sexy in the passing game, but damn sure it looks sexy this week, right? He had in 10 carries, for 16 yards. A 1.6 average, but he had 3 touchdowns. That's 28 points alone from your quarterback. You can't ask too much. Like I said, he was decisive. He let the ball rip. He trusted his process. He trusted his preparation, his timing, the precision. All was working beautifully. Now, the thing that I do like about our offense in QB1, we started fast as well. We got the playmakers involved early, got the ball out of QB1's hands quickly, and let our playmakers on the outside do the rest. The thing is, I know he gets a lot of scrutiny, and a lot of the national media is trying to backpedal us like they play in a secondary, like they're a DB. We're not doing that, bro. We're going to stay 10 toes down because we keep receipts. The Chase Daniels, the Chris Cantys, the Colin Cowards,
The
Chris Sims, them type of individuals. Y'all been on QB1's head. Now it's, we never said that he couldn't pass the ball. We just said that he needed to do a better job of passing. This is that we not letting y'all skate by with that, man. We're not letting y'all skate by. QB1 does what he needs to do. Again, he's the second. This is QB1 is the second quarterback to clinch a second appearance in the Super Bowl in his first 4 years as a starter after losing his first Super Bowl appearance. The only other player to do that was Jim Kelly. When you come on with the Bills, when you label QB1, you label him a winner. All he does is win. So the more and more that you keep doubting him, he will prove all the doubters and critics wrong. He's been doing it since Channelview High School. He's been doing it since University of Alabama. He's been doing it since Oklahoma. And he's been doing it since he was taken with the 53rd pick in the draft. Even when we had Carson Wentz, our supposed franchise quarterback, we knew if Carson Wentz messed up, he was looking over his shoulder because he knew who was behind him. And I'm just glad that QB1 is our quarterback and he leads our team. And I'm proud of the fact that he did what he did to silence the doubters, but it's only up from here, Big Huss.
Nah, for sure. It's definitely only up. Shoot, it's one more game. Biggest stage of the year versus arguably the best player in the league. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely only up, but QB1 did exactly what he needed to do in this game. Through the air, on the ground. Like I said, it wasn't big yardage on the ground, but it was making those key runs when he needed to make them. He looked in rhythm. He looked efficient. He looked decisive. To your point, in the plays in which he did hold on to the ball, and instead of it being a negative play and him taking maybe a big sack or a turn, he's getting rid of it, making sure that we're staying on schedule, and that's key for this offense. Mm-hmm. Now, when watching the game, and we'll get into the rushing step, was a rushing day for this offense, but I don't want what Jalen Hurts did through the air to be pushed aside. Mm-hmm. Actually, 246 yards through the air. In the pocket, Hurts was 18 of 20 for 216 yards and 1 touchdown per Next Gen Stats. So, yeah, he has the 3 touchdowns on the ground, and some folks might scoff at that, like, he's not throwing the ball. He was tossing the pill, too. Mm-hmm. He was standing tall in the pocket, making those reads, getting rid of it, whether it be the Dallas Goedert or AJ or Smitty. You know what I'm saying? He led this offense to over 450 yards of total offense versus the Commanders. Versus the Commanders D that statistically might not be one of the best defenses, but they were on the rise. They were hot in this playoff run. They made it look easy to a route of 55 points. Like you said, 28 of those points came just on Jalen alone. Capitalized off of the turnovers, the gifts in which the defense gave them. I thought that was crucial.
Yes.
All right, with the running game allowed them to win time of possession. You know what I'm saying? So even though we were passing it efficiently, we were running it just well, we controlled that time. It was an efficient, it wasn't just explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? I thought that QB1 was excellent. By far the best game of this season. Possibly even dating back to his Super Bowl performance versus Patrick Mahomes a couple years ago. Excuse me.
Threw for over 300 in that game.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You could say played better than Patrick Mahomes in that game.
He did.
I thought that Jalen Hurts was just as dominant in this one. Maybe the gaudy numbers might not be there, but how he controlled the game, how he allowed everybody to stay in rhythm and stay locked in, unmatched.
Mm-hmm. He's so cerebral, Huss, and the only knock, like we said, we were talking off camera and we gave him a grade of an A-. We would have gave him a A+, but that one play in the second quarter when AJ had Marshawn Lattimore on his back, we were hoping that he just let it rip, just throw it to that back pylon.
Hey, and as we I want to say progresses one more, but you get that look again, pull the trigger, man. Mm-hmm. You have some of the best one-on-one receivers in the league. Well, one of them is the best. Other one is one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Toss it up to them fellas. Mm-hmm. Let them make their plays.
Mm-hmm. And the next person we're going into, Big Huss, I'm gonna let you lead that one because I just wanted to say and finish off with QB1 is he audible the first play of the game to this next person that we're going to touch on.
Tom, say 2K.
2KK.
Man, straight up. Now look, we all know what Saquon brings and what he's been to this team. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
To come out and start the game off how he did with that 60-yard run, set up by a nice block by A.J. Brown. I love how these receivers get into the blocking and run game like that. But it set the tone. Defense came out, did what they did, held the Commanders to a field goal. One play, 18 seconds, 60 yards. He's making folks miss. He's spinning off folks. He's cutting back across. You can't catch him. He's gone. He's out the back door. Ridiculous.
Here's Barkley, a little shovel, looking for an edge, gets it. Saquon Barkley, first down. Barkley, oh! Saquon, touchdown.
Mama,
Yeah.
there goes that man.
There he goes again. Okay. Okay. 15 carries, 118 yards, 7.9 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns. Okay. On the first play, like I said, it was just it really did set the tone for the game. This rushing attack, just in general, because I'm gonna throw even Will Shipley in there. When Will Shipley got his touches, he went for over 70 yards. We rushed for over 220 yards on the day, right? You had 3 rushing touchdowns by your quarterback, 3 rushing touchdowns by your running back. We had in the first half, we had the second most touchdowns in the playoffs in the last 10 years with 4. 4 touchdowns in the first half. 3 of those rushing, 1 through the air. The Eagles are now the 4th NFL team with 6 touchdowns in the playoff game. That was more than the Patriots in San Francisco. Matter of fact, we had 7. We topped it. 7 touchdowns, right? These boys and just the ground game and what they were able to do, ridiculous, bro. We talk about things that travel, defense, run game. I have not seen a team yet stop this. 7 rushing touchdowns, most all time in the conference championship. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We had more rushing touchdowns in this game than the Cowboys had all year. The Cowboys had 6 rushing touchdowns all year.
But I will say one thing right now. How about them Cowboys?
Womp, womp.
Wah, wah, wah. Like, what? That's crazy work. Every time they say we won't be able to run on somebody, we run on them. Straight up and down. I have not seen, it's not like we haven't faced some of the better run defenses in the league. We faced top run defense, top 3, number 1 rush defense. We still move the ball. This rushing offense is the catalyst to how to the, what do you call it? The productivity and explosiveness of this offense.
Mm-hmm.
Utterly ridiculous. Saquon now is 30 yards away from being the all-time single-season rushing leader, currently held by Terrell Davis back in 1998. Y'all think he ain't gonna get that, boy?
He got that off one run.
One run. Literally. He started the game off like he started this joint. That's history in the books. He's gonna smash his record. He should smash his record.
Pack it up, folks. We're done.
We're done here.
You're finished.
That's it. quick little some per shield Capadia. I hope I said her last name right. Saquon Barkley's 3rd run of 50 yards in the postseason. No other player have done that in 25 years. 3 runs of 50 yards or more in just the postseason. Not counting a year. It's been 3 games. It's been 3 games. That's a 50-yard run per game. unmatched, bro. Saquon MVP, at least he should be. What he's meant to this team, to this organization, to this city, not just as a player, but the leadership and the brother and man in which he is, unmatched.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't have said it any better because Saquon is him. It's to the point where you got people out here, Saquon Barkley.
Hey, that girl was funny, bro.
Hey, they got Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. I swear, Saquon Barkley is the best. Right? We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Saquon Barkley.
You so good, bro. You got Bama. You got Bulls pronouncing your name, fam. Come on now. Why you gotta do it to him? Why you gotta do it to him? But
that joke was funny.
But Saquon, bro, he like we said, man. He's clearly the MVP. Yeah. MVP stands for most valuable player. All right, and he has brought the most value to this organization, to this city, to this team. And like you said, his leadership is unmatched. His vision is what I just find so fascinating. How you can literally predict a hole opening up and the blocking and just the flow of the blockers. I remember watching Big Play Slay's podcast, and he said he knew Saquon, like, yeah, they played against them and everything, but he said to see him up close and personal, he said it was one play where Saquon got the ball behind the A gap, hopped one time, hopped again, then stuck his foot in the ground and just got out of there. Like, he was like, oh yeah, nah, Saquon, he like that. He really is like that. You see what I'm saying? He's really living like that. And the fact that he got 6 years wasted in New York is terrible. But God makes no mistakes, and he knew that he was the missing piece here in Philadelphia to do what he has shown the world that he can do with the offensive line structure that we have, the offensive line coach and Jeff Stoutland, the players that we have, especially in the run game, emphasis with QB1. Everybody, oh, well, Saquon's the only person on your team. That's the only reason why y'all here in this position. If that's the case, why he ain't never make it to an NFC Conference championship game or a Super Bowl when he's with the Giants? Because you don't realize how much QB1 helps in the run game by putting stress on the defensive end and putting stress on the linebackers and having them make a decision in a split second. Am I going to take Saquon on a dive, or am I going to keep contained and play my responsibilities and keep QB1 from going out the pocket? Saquon is the yin to Jalen's yang. They work hand in hand perfectly. Perfectly in this RPO attack. But Saquon, like, off of his first 2 carries, I'm not going to go into his stats deep like that because you already hit him, Big Hus, but off his first 2 carries, he got 2 touchdowns. You touched the ball twice and you in the end zone twice. That's how you really live in, Saquon? That's what we doing? Come on, man. I guess that Joe Witt Jr., when he was trying to give the rah-rah speech and, yeah, if people want to run, we're going to hit them, and we got to make sure we stop Saquon. That's the game plan. All week, you were talking about, hey, we got to stop 26. Stop 2-6. 2-6 come out the first play, hit his head on the goalpost. Mr. Chincheck over there, Mr. Tackles trying. Saquon spent off. Get off me. Put a foot in the ground. We gone.
That didn't go over too well.
Didn't go over too well. That's a demoralizer, bro. We played on the defensive end, bro. Somebody come out. We've been talking all week about stopping the run. This is the guy you got to stop in the first play of the game. Right. It's a back-breaking 60-yard tie down in 18 seconds. He's different, and everybody knows he's different. It just took for him to get with the right team and the right culture for him to maximize his talents and his gifts. And now he's putting it on full display for the world, man. Saquon, bro, you a dog, bro. Look, bro, you're a dog. And to finish up on the running backs, Will Shipley, like you said, 4 carries for 77 yards, 19.3 average, 1 touchdown. Not only in the run game was he efficient, but in the kick return game, he was efficient. His first opening kick, 35-yard return, giving us great field position to start on offense. His second kick, even out of halftime, he got about 25, 28 yards or something like that. He did get smacked. He did get clapped up a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Will, we stand with you, bro. Okay. You got up. You took it.
Yeah,
you said, all right, bro. You feel me? So I can't even fault you and try to clown you, bro. Like, you did what you did on special teams and just in the game was wonderful. Like we said, shout out to him getting his first touchdown. That's special. And being the leader that he is, who was the first person to go on the field and congratulate him.
Loved it.
Say 2K.
Hey, was up there jumping up and down like he scored a touchdown.
Come on. He's more happy for Will Shipley than he was with his own touchdowns, because you saw after the first one, he handed the ball to the ref and it was like, you see what I'm saying? Easy. You feel me? But it just shows the leadership, the growth that we have amongst this team, the brotherhood, the love that they have for one another, and to play with one another and for one another. It's just amazing. But also, like we said, Kenny G, he had 2 carries for 16 yards. And then I know he caught the ball a few times. I think he had like two catchers or so. But like I said, to finish up on the RBs, because and fellow supporters, one thing that I loved is the fact that the running backs don't play around when they hit the hole. Our bread and butter, I know our guard tackle counter combo is lethal, but that counter is something vicious. That counter cannot be stopped. And you saw that's where Shipley broke a long run off of that counter.
50-some yards.
That's our bread and butter. That's our bread and butter play. But I like the physicalness. I like the physical prowess that the running backs play with, the tenacity, picking up blitzes, because a lot of people won't talk about that with Saquon or Kenny G neither. Picking up the blitzes when Louisville was shooting up the gaps and everything.
And even on Jalen Hurts, one of Jalen Hurts' touchdown runs, Saquon was like one of the lead blocks.
He led the way,
bro. Yeah, bro.
And I think he hit Bobby Wagner.
He did. Hey, put his face right in there, sprung the joint. I was like, I love to see that, bro.
But I'm just excited for this running back group. We all know Saquon's the alpha dog in that room, but it'll be remiss for me to not mention Kenny Gainwell and Will Shipley, the influence and impact that they have, and then also Jamel Dean. I mean, not Jamel Dean. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the corner from the Tampa Bay. Jamel,
running back.
Yeah, Jamel Singleton. Jamel Singleton. My bad, y'all. But Jamal Singleton, like I said, it would be remiss if I don't mention them and his success to helping the running backs have the season that they're having.
No, for sure. For sure. Look, honestly, Singleton is probably one of the guys who goes under the radar the most. Since he's been here, he has turned out 1,000-yard rushers back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? He's really had that group prepared, and especially coming off of Deuce. We all know Deuce was the former running back coach. We all know Deuce. Love Deuce for real, but he definitely took the reins after we his departure and really hasn't looked back. We've had a good running back room with him at the helm. Now moving into the receivers, tight ends group. Hey man, this was a solid day for them. Between AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, they all combined for 17 catches on 20 targets for 226 yards, a touchdown, plus had 33 yards on a defensive pass interference penalties. Look, AJ Brown is a grown man out there on the edge. I don't know why they continue to play this man 1v1 man coverage. It doesn't go well. Every time they play him man, he eats, bro. Man coverage in this game is really where he got majority of his yards. 6 catches on 8 targets for 96 yards, 16 yards per catch in a tub. Now, mind you, majority of that was on Marshawn. Devontae comes in, 4 catches on 4 targets, 45 yards, excuse me. 11.3 yards per catch. He's now passed Chad Lewis for second on the Eagles all-time playoff receptions list with 39.
Y'all know Chad.
If you know, you know. Exactly. If you right.
My man broke his foot catching the towel down in the playoff.
Come on, bro.
If you know, you know.
You know, right. Come on, bro. Right. And then you had Dallas Goedert, who had 7 catches for 85 yards, 12.1 yards per catch. This group 8, everybody had their moment. When called upon, they came up big. Marshawn Lattimore was barbecuing his drink, straight getting, you got cooked by everybody. Allowed 88 yards, 109.7 passer rating, 1 personal foul, 17-yard PI to set up a touchdown pass, 34 coverage grade, worst on the team. Smith and Brown went to work on this man. And now, mind you, the Commanders brought Marshawn in to stop this.
To be their number one.
Man, my man couldn't stop a nosebleed. To be their number one. After this year, I guarantee you they'll be looking for another corner. Like, it's not going to work out. This receiving group 8, I love in how Kellen Moore was creative with this passing attack. It wasn't what we were used to seeing. We were running level concepts, jet sweeps, end rounds, getting players in space, getting them in favorable matchups, one-on-ones. It was probably the most creative passing concept we've seen all year out of Kellen Moore. And I need us to continue that moving to the Super Bowl. But just an elite performance from an elite group. Everybody had their moments, and not only what was said were they catching the ball, they were getting dirty in the run game, bro. Everybody was blocking. We mentioned Saquon's first run. Thank AJ for that. AJ took out about 3-4 Commanders on that play for real.
It started with him hitting Lawrence Armstrong.
And putting his body you know what I'm saying? Like
on the line.
A receiver working on a DN.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. And holding, not even just holding his own, took out the whole edge. These guys take pride in that. And I love to see that. This elite group continues to be elite.
This is what we paid them the big bucks for, to make plays, to produce. These are the moments in the games that we have a AJ Brown, you have a Devontae Smith, a Dallas Goedert. You see what I'm saying? They're able to make the plays. One-on-one, I like our odds versus any DB unit. It ain't no DB unit out there that can match our receiver pound for pound. Like you said, AJ out there getting busy. Marshawn Lattimore, bro, going back like you little Tyler. You see what I'm saying? Catching a temper tantrum. He always trying to fight people. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's so easy to get under his skin. Like, AJ Brown is so physically imposing, bro. Like, when you see him on the field, he got the visor on, the all black boy, bro. You can't see his eyes. He over this joint doing all this, getting your face mask. It's not what you want, bro. You don't want to wake up the beast. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And then you can kind of tell we know AJ Brown swole Batman. But shout out to Bron. Bron was giving love at the Sixers game to the receivers and the DBs. You see what I'm saying? To AJ and Smitty and Big Play Slay and Coop and Reed, Blankenship, the exciting whites. You feel me? But you see how the measurables between LeBron and AJ. LeBron made AJ look little, and we know AJ ain't little, bro. Right. AJ's not built small. You see what I'm saying? But Marshawn Lattimore woke up a beast. Stemming back from the game on December 22nd. AJ Brown knew what time it was. He knew he was on his get back. You knew him and QB1 had a conversation and said, bro, if I'm open, throw it. One-on-one, throw it. He makes plays routinely. He is the best receiver in the league. Stop playing with him.
Facts.
He's the receiver that a lot of y'all teams and fans wish that y'all had. You got the Patriot fans out here making up posts talking about, oh yeah, we're going to get AJ Brown because Mike Vrabel. Like, no, nobody, bro. What? We just paid the man, bro. He routinely makes plays. Like you said, Smitty is a dog. I like the fact that we got him on motions, hit him on the jet sweep pop passes, getting him in space. Yeah, Smitty is small in stature, but Smitty plays bigger than his stature, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Smitty fights for his extra yards. Smitty comes up with the catches that's needed. That toe tap on a sideline, bro, is disgusting. Ew, that's nasty. What? You get the toes, everybody. Oh, it's out, it's out. Then when you blow up the video, oh, bro, it's in. And I knew that Smitty caught that because usually we've seen it over the course of the few years that he's been here. When he don't have an idea, Smitty get up real quick, start running back to the huddle, handing the ball. My man tossed the ball to the ref and walked off and walked back to the huddle. I knew he had that. You see what I'm saying? If Smitty was not on the Philadelphia Eagles, he would be a number one receiver with a lot of teams. With a lot of teams.
Half the league, more than half the league, bro.
You feel me? They just continue making play after play after play, and it's so beautiful to watch our passing game work so fluidly because this is what you get. This is the type of energy that people like, man, them Eagles, bro. They're going to be good for a very, very long time, bro. We're going to have to deal with this. We're going to have to deal with their organization, their players, their fan base, the city. It's up right now. It's up, and it's going to remain up. And then to finish off with Goddard, Huss, like you said, 7 catches for 85 yards, 12.1 average. People don't understand when Goddard is not in the lineup, it not only takes away in the pass game, but it also takes away in the run blocking game. He's so physical, and you can see even with his receptions, he'll catch the football, take the hit, get yacked. Goddard can take because I remember on the last play, he had he caught it the 7-yard mark, which we needed. He ate the hit, and he gained an extra 8 yards, got a total of 15 yards on that play. He's a mismatch nightmare. Yes, he's a mismatch nightmare. When Goddard is healthy, and we repeat this, when Goddard is healthy, he literally is the best tight end in the league. You can throw your Kittles out there. You can throw your Travis Kelce's. You can throw your Mark Andrews. You can throw all of them out there. He is the best tight end in the league when fully healthy. It's just with him, like we talked off camera, Big Huss, when he misses, he misses. It ain't 1 or 2 games. He'll miss 6 games. He'll miss a month and a half. That's the only downfall to Goddard. But when he's on the field, you show how versatile he is. And Kellen Moore incorporated him, like you said, on the Jets. I had to like I told you, Huss, I had to rewind the tape because I was like, hold on, did Goddard just get the jet sweep?
I'm telling you.
You see what I'm saying? And the QB1 having him
a couple times.
Yes. I ran it like 2 or 3 times. When QB1 has that security blanket in Goddard, he's opening in the middle of the field. You saw how he got open on that wheel route. He does a great job selling it, and he catches the football. He makes plays. But like we said, man, overall, the receivers, I give them an A. I can't emphasize enough, and you've already touched on it, Big Huss, to add on to your point. Their blocking downfield just brings joy to me. Because that's one thing that separates good receivers from elite receivers and tight ends. The willingness to block, the willingness to get dirty, like you said, being unselfish, putting the team first, not being a I guy, but being a we guy. That's what I love to see out these receivers and these tight ends. And it just shows how when our passing game is clicking on all cylinders, what you going to get, and that's belt to behind Heine.
Hey, like Sirianni said though, man. Hey, what is it? Sometimes you, sometimes me, always us.
Come on now.
Come on. These guys really embrace that. They feel that. They
Mhm.
understand. Hey, Saquon's here. Sometimes it's gonna be the running game.
Mhm.
Sometimes it might need to be us. Sometimes it might need the passing game. But however it shakes out, it's always a win for this offense, man.
Mhm. And Sirianni, to add on to your point, Sirianni also said, you can't be great without the greatness of others.
There you go. There you go. Hey, nobody makes it alone.
No.
Now we're just trying to accomplish things at this scale. You're gonna need finishing off the offense with the offensive line. Look, man, this offense continues to be great because of this O-line. The O-line is the strength of this offense for real. I'd say that they're a top 2 group and they're not number 2. And I say that not only strictly off the talent in which this group has, but the depth in which this group has. It's like folks get injured or whatever may happen. Folks miss games. We insert a backup. It's like we don't even miss a beat. That O-line continues to hum. That O-line continues to maul folks. And it continues to be a well-coached group. It's like whoever Stoutland chooses to put out there for that day, it's your turn. They go out there and that person performs well above what was expected of them. Like, it's just, for me, that's just amazing to see, because I could sit here and say 31 other teams don't have that luxury, where you might lose one of your starting 5 linemen. If that guy goes down, more than likely, especially if he's the guy, that's going to be a big hit. How are you going to replace him? That production, that level of production. It's just, I don't know. This group continues to amaze me. I tip my hat to Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson. Those guys, you can clearly tell, were battling it out. Cam Jurgens, at the end of the game, he was brought to tears. I'm just thinking about everything he had to go through the week even to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And then progressing to the Super Bowl. It was just, you could tell he was truly going through it. Landon, he didn't want to come out. He's noticeably hobbling on the sideline. He's like, nah, man, y'all gonna have to like basically kill me to get me about this joint. But I guess they talked some sense to him. Hey, man, we're gonna need you in the long haul. Cam Jurgens went back in. Tyler Steen, he's the backup to them both, so he's holding it down. You know, it's just, this is a gritty team. You could tell these folks love ball, and more than just loving ball, they're loving the man to the left and right of them, and they are truly playing for one another. I'm just, every time I see them, bro, I'm just thoroughly impressed, bro. One of the bigger O-lines in the league. I saw a stat where they combined for 1,688 pounds between the 5 linemen. That's ridiculous. So imagine all of that laying on you for 4 quarters as a defender. I'd be tired too. Like, damn, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? And you got Saquon, 230-pound running back coming at you. A.J. Brown, 220. You know, Jalen Hurts, 220 plus. It's a lot of meat, a lot of wear and tear on you for 4 quarters. I see how they wear folks down. And they continue to do it. It's not like just a one-off. They do this game in, game out, regardless of the opponent. And they just did it again versus the Commanders.
Mm-hmm. So I don't take your point, Huss. Like you said, it's the grit, it's the physicalness, the dominance, the tenacity that they play with, the mean streak that they play with. They're always, you don't always have to question their intensity level, because you know that our offensive line is going to come out with that intention of bullying you all game long. To add on to your point, for 4 quarters, bro, you're not going to be able to withstand that displacing and the pulling and everything of that nature for 4 quarters. You'll look at a defense in a game and you could tell that they gave up. You can tell that they gave up. Bro, like, we're taking people's souls, bro.
Bro, to add on to that point before you continue, bro, you had Jordan Mailata out there. If anybody watches Batman, Bull basically go, I was wondering what will break first, your body or your spirit.
I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body.
And then Bull runs off, bro. Just
Mailata nut, bro.
To your point, bro, he's wild, bro. That's a wild man, dog. But to your point, taking folks' souls.
Mm-hmm. And you saw him running down the sideline. Go!
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
it's like, bro, they thoroughly enjoy blocking, bro. Like, and with Stoutland, it's never a question. I don't never have to be like, man, look, what's Stoutland going to do? You feel me? We got the news that Cam Jurgens wasn't going to start. Landon Dickerson was going to start in his place in Tyler Steen. I said, oh, okay, cool. Tyler Steen's been in here. Jeff Stoutland always has this unit prepared. This game, I wanted to see how they responded. You remember the last time I asked, would they respond off a 7-sack performance? They responded very well and in a big way. The communication was there. Like I said, they only gave up two sacks. They were so much better in pass protection. Like we mentioned, the Warriors, Cam and Landon. Just think about, because I wanted to add on to your point, Hus, with Cam Jurgens, how many times that we had to do the brotherly shove because of undisciplined and uncharacteristic football by Frankie Louvu and the Washington defensive line. He had to do it like 7 times, bro. His back is rocking. He had to do it 7 times, but he like we always say, it's the bigger picture. It's for the team. He put his injury and his hurt outside and say, let me buckle up and get in here and move these boys on that tush push. But now it's starting to get to the question, Hus. Is this the best O-line ever? It's fair to have these conversations now, man.
It definitely is.
It's fair to have these conversations.
Fair to have that conversation, especially not even just for this year. When you look at it, this Eagle O-line has been good, and you could arguably say top 3, top 2, however you want to put it, like the past 3-4 years. Like, they have been that dominant. This isn't just like a one-off thing. You have all-pro, Hall of Fame talent, somewhat riddled all along this line, bro. Everybody was a Pro Bowl, had a Pro Bowl vote. They're that massive, that dominant, that consistent. I think that's a fair conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be outlandish.
And then you got to think, bro, we've had the Hank Fraleys, the John Ryans, the Jermaine Mayberries, the Trey Thomases, the Jason Peters on our line, the Jason Kelce's on our line. You see what I'm saying? And so it's not like it's new to us because Howie has instilled in us, and we know from playing football, you win in the trenches. So when everybody's out here in the drives choosing receivers, choosing quarterbacks, corners, defensive linemen, O-linemen. I mean, I'm sorry, not defensive linemen, O-linemen, but the skill position players in the first round. We had to get used to, we got a lineman. It wasn't the sexy pick, but we understood the assignment and got used to, okay, we're stacking up on an O-line. We're building in the trenches. And the first player that I really knew that we had to start realizing that we are really built within the trenches was Lane Johnson in 2013 when we first took him.
Big facts. Big facts.
That was the first time. And then Danny Watkins, who wanted to turn firefighter, and respect the firefighters, but I'm just like, bro.
But you know.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, you really wasn't a football player. And then the Andre Dillards and all that type of stuff. But the first person was Lane Johnson. But I think it's really fair to have that that argument or that I don't like to use the word argument, debate. That this possibly is the best O-line ever, in not only Eagles history but the NFL history.
Definitely could be a conversation, like I said, to say that it wouldn't be like, oh man, you talking out the side of your neck. No, you can say that. You have two potential. One is going to be a stamp Hall of Famer for sure. Tackle and Lane Johnson paved the lane. Jordan Mailata, you could arguably say, is on his way to having a Hall of Fame career.
Landon
Cam
Dickerson.
Jurgens filling in the shoes of Jason Kelce. You could say, hey, if he's off to a good start, he continues on this route, he might be a Hall of Famer. Landon Dickerson, as you mentioned, he put in work since being put at the guard position. Then you have Mekhi Becton, who first round pick, he switches positions and it's totally resurrected his career. He's one of the top guards in the league right now. So that conversation is a legit conversation. I don't know how many O-lines you could really stack up against this one. Maybe the Cowboys line from the 90s, possibly with who they had. But outside of that, it's like, I don't know who you can really compare to this O-line. You have a lot of amazing talent on that front five. Now that we finished up the offense, you want to talk about a little defense, move to the dock side.
So this is our favorite side of the ball, bro. You already know how we give it up on defense and for the defense, bro. So I'm gonna start with the most obvious, the 18 play, 7-minute opening drive that Washington started the game with. I kind of was sitting there like, man, look, I knew that we could win on first and second down, and we kept saying in the prior video, we got to win on third and fourth. When they kept going for it, they went for it twice on third down, converted. They went for it twice on fourth down, converted. And I was sitting there, I was like, man, all right, it's 4th and 3. I'll be shocked if the Commanders elect to kick this field goal. But then when they cowered and tucked their tail behind between their legs, I said, hold on, y'all settling for 3? This what we doing? Oh, y'all literally exhausted y'all whole playbook on this first drive and got off schedule. You see what I'm saying? Got off schedule, got off script, and elected to kick the field goal. But after that, like we said, usually every week, Vic Fangio always adjusts. That's the one thing about Vic Fangio. He doesn't sit back and let you keep beating him with the same route concepts or the same scheme. All right, well, the inside zone is killing us or the outside zone is killing us, so we're just going to not do anything about it. No, he adjusts on the fly. Vic Fangio, and this is what we've been trying to hammer into people's heads. When we first signed Vic Fangio, we knew what Vic Fangio would bring. That tough, hard-nosed, old-school approach where he wants you to, if you can do something at a high level and you can show him that you can do it at a high level, he'll put you in the best position. You see what I'm saying? But if you say that you can do something and you really can't do it, it doesn't matter how much you're getting paid, how less you're getting paid. He puts the best players on the field to make the plays. And then what I learned is also Christian Parker is Vic's set of eyes. How when Vic gives you the old school approach and a lot of the Dolphins players and things like that, when they say, oh, we don't like playing with Vic Fangio, blah, 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 blah. It's literally because they can't take constructive criticism and greatness from a coach. So it's great that we have Christian Parker who, yeah, we know Vic's on the older side, but Christian Parker can relate to the players more. So when Vic Fangio gives you like a dad approach, the older brother, which will be Christian Parker, will give you to a brother like, hey, this is what dad's meaning, blah, 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 because he understands him. But overall, like I said, after that 18 play, 7-minute opening drive, our D-line was harassing them. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Milton Williams, Moro Jomo, Jordan Davis, all was harassing JD5. It was to the points in the game, Huss, where I was watching and JD5 didn't feel confident in his throws. You saw when he dropped back, he'll throw and clutch and be like, oh man, all right, I don't think that's there. And then go and throw it like after he clutched. You see what I'm saying? So Vic Fangio had JD5 guessing. He made him look like a rookie again. We were smart. We were disciplined. We were physical all over the board, forcing turnovers. Our communication is great on that side of the ball. And it helps that Vic Fangio, with his scheme, he has the players in place to do it. He has the corners that can cover, whether that be man or zone coverage. You have the linebackers who can cover. but then they also come downhill and defend the run at a very high level. And then also you have the front four and the defensive line that you can get home with just four. Because usually to our supporters that don't understand, when you rush four, you're able to allocate and drop more resources in the coverage, hence making it easier for coverage on the back end to stop the pass downfield. But then when you don't have just a four-man rush that can win by itself, now that's when you have to add the blitzes from the linebackers. That's when you have to add the blitzes from the safety and things like that. So when you add a blitz from a linebacker or a safety, what does that do? That takes one less person or two less people, depending on how many people are blitzing at that time, and that takes them out of coverage. So we have Vic Fangio with the umbrella scheme where we're not going to give up the big play. We'll give up everything that's short and intermediate underneath. You come up, rally, tackle, and make plays on the football and punch the football out. That's one thing we talked about, Big Huss, off camera. Everybody, including the Commanders, were saying, oh, well, we fumbled the ball. That didn't help. It wasn't like y'all fumbled the center quarterback exchange. It wasn't like y'all fumbled with the quarterback handing the ball off to the running back. No, y'all had it secured. We're coming over there, punching the ball out, ripping at the ball, gang tackling, trying to force turnovers, and it's just working to our benefit, man. Like, I can't say too much more on the defense, bro. Like, this defense is elite. This defense is elite. We got the front end that works with the back end, and the back end works with the front end. Like I said, they just communicate on a very high level, and they know their assignment. They know the scheme. They know what Vic Fangio's looking for and understand what Vic Fangio's looking for. It took Vic Fangio to trust the players, and for the players to trust Vic Fangio, and for everybody to buy in to get the product that we are now. The defense is amazing, bro. They're amazing.
Yeah, no, this defense is elite.
Mm-hmm.
Elite. Like, there is no denying that. Like I said, probably the best defense we've seen in this era for Philly fans. I'm being completely honest, and we've had some pretty good defenses.
Says Jim Johnson, probably, bro.
Yeah,
Jimmy
legit.
Johnson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, legitly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Rookie quarterbacks in the championship game are now 0-6 as the Eagles defeat Jayden Daniels. As you mentioned, we caused 4 turnovers in this game, 3 forced fumbles, one of those fumbles being a special teams fumble and interceptions. And what I loved is how the offense capitalized off of that, resulting in 28 points. We had 3 sacks for minus 27 yards, 13 pressures. As you mentioned, on the 4-man front, 13 pressures, we were getting to Jayden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, being able to rush with 4 in this Vic Fangio scheme is a must. And this team has found a way to do that, even with us being down Brandon Graham. Bryce Huff isn't getting a lot of snaps. That rotation that we have on the edge from the interior, I ain't even about to go on board like that. You feel me? But no, it's just been like that. Eagle defense has now caused 10 turnovers in this postseason. We're plus 10 in the turnover differential. That's major. So we're taking the ball away and not giving it away. I'm loving it. The peanut punch has become a real thing for this defense. And as we talked off camera, it's not like it's just one person doing it. You see everybody doing it, from D linemen to linebackers to DBs. One person hold them up, next person's punching. And it has worked for us. We lead the league in forced fumbles. Like, we are getting off doing it, especially since the bye week. I've loved how we stressed that. The linebackers have been playing amazing. The DBs, the mix of youth and veteran leadership has been a beautiful blend. You could tell that guys like Darius Slay and even Avonte Maddox and Reed Blankenship, CJ GJ, these guys communicating, making sure everybody's on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And it shows. There's defense, yes, it's about playing assignment football. You got to know your job. But next in line of that is communication. and the communication has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. I don't know if I've seen communication quite like this probably since that 2000 Ravens defense, where it seemed like everybody just knows where everybody else is gonna be type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is truly like an elite group. The D line's been balling. It's just, I don't know, man. This defense, it's like that, bro. Like you said, phenomenal. I'm gonna talk about the linebackers a little bit. I got Zach Bond equals offensive nightmare. It doesn't matter who we play. Zach Bond shows up, shows out. Had a game high 12 tackles, 8 solos, forced fumble recovery. This postseason alone, 26 tackles, 3 TFLs, forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, pick, 2 passes deflected. Zach Bond is the key to the defense, man. What he's able to do as an off-ball linebacker, on the ball linebacker. I've seen him on special teams sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this guy is hustle, and I'm gonna make plays for real. Phenomenal. Oren Burks, who we know, is filled in for Nakobe Dean, who's having a Pro Bowl year, if I'm being honest. He's been balling, bro. No slight to Nakobe, but Oren Burks has stepped in, and that linebacker's position really didn't miss a beat. He had a great game. 9 tackles, forced fumble. I believe he might have had a pass deflection as well and a sack.
He had a sack too.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
My man, he's finding himself within the defense. You can tell maybe when he first started off, maybe been a little uncomfortable because I really wasn't a starter. He was a special teams guy. Been thrusted in, especially on the level in which the defense is playing. It's like, I don't want to be the weak link. And he hasn't been, bro. This linebacker unit, flawless. And I know that's Vic Fangio's specialty, but he's really had these dudes coached up. Resurrected Zach Bond's career. Who knew where Zach Bond would be, you know what I mean, if it wasn't for this and not a success in which he's had, you could say, hey, top 3 linebacker, middle linebacker this year. That wouldn't be a wild thing to say. Top 2. He's having that kind of year. And that's just a testament to the linebackers coach who we brought in from Green Bay. I forget his name. Something King, I believe. Bobby King. There we go. He's had this unit ready to go. Honestly, I'd say all year long. Couple that with Vic Fangio's knowledge of the game. Elite unit, bro.
Mm-hmm. And real quick on the defense too, Hus. I wanted to shout out Jalix Hunt, who had 5 tackles. A lot of people, when we drafted him in the 3rd round, was like, oh man, I don't know what he's going to give. And we just kept watching his film, even though he didn't have that much out of Houston Baptist. He just has a high motor. He seems like he just wants to learn and just a sponge, and his energy, like his morale is just always so high. And the fact that we had the unfortunate situation with BG that we all know, Jalix Hunt getting thrusted in there. Yeah, the first couple games he looked out of place. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing, right? But that's just a testament to his work ethic. That's just a testament to player development that we have here in Philadelphia, where we're going to draft you and see what your skills are, and we're going to work on your skills and build them up. And Jalix Hunt has done a fabulous job. And the last thing to us to close out on defense before we go into special teams, shout out to Q, getting that interception on Scary Terry. That's when we say high point the football. That's what we mean by high point in the football. You see Q went up and attacked the football and went and got it and secured that interception. Then played with Scary Terry, hit her with the
Hey,
his first NFL interception.
Have you rolling, bro? I ain't even gonna hold you.
But we're in good hands, man. Overall, to sum it up and finish it off, man, we're in great hands. We got Vic Fangio here for we don't know how many years. Obviously, we know he's not into the head coaching circuit or things like that. He said that he's going to stay here in Philadelphia. So it's sky's the limit with this unit. We saw from last year to this year the complete makeup that we had and the difference that we have. So like we said, we're excited for this unit and this group, and they're only going to continue getting better.
Nah, for sure. Hey, talking about Quinyon, next gen stats. Quinyon Mitchell lined up on Scary Terry 36 of 48 routes at 75% lining up in press coverage, right? He only allowed 1 catch for 7 yards on 4 targets and had the fourth quarter interception. Like you said, the future's in good hands. We'll see what happens with Slade moving on after the season and all, but Quinyon has been ridiculous. Cooper DeJean has been ridiculous. Both of them combined had a 89.8 coverage grade, allowed 42 yards, 2 forced completions, a 36 passer rating. The rookies have came in and been a clear difference maker on the back end of the defense. For real, they were plug and play, and we all knew, look, that Cooper DeJean, he could play at this level. Where we did not know. He filled into that slot role admirably. Quinyon Mitchell, we weren't sure what it would be, him coming out of a smaller school, but the production has been there, lights out. I was loving how they both attacked the screen passes, or the when the Commanders went into tight bunch formations.
Quick game.
It was like they knew, quick game. They knew what was going on. When the tight bunch formation was aligned closer to the end of the line, it would be a drop back or play action. When that tight bunch formation was aligned further out, they knew more than likely it would be a screen. And you saw when it was aligned further out, both Quinyon and Cooper hit that block aggressively. Came down, held on it, shed the block, force incompletion, tackle, whatever it may be. The intellect that they're playing with, you had mentioned Coach Parker. Bro, I don't know what he tells his DBs, because he's had now a couple DBs under his tutelage that have turned out to be premier players. Or it might have just been Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain might have been his first, but turned to a premier corner. And just truth be told, that defensive backfield when he was there was pretty solid overall. But he has these young guys ready to go, bro. Like, they're here. They'll be here for the long haul. This is one of the younger defenses in the league. So we could expect to see defensive greatness, for years to come, as you mentioned. It's not like Fangio's going anywhere. He has his dream job. Close to home, coaching for his favorite team, got some great talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man, bro, eating. And the last thing I'm going to touch on before we go on special teams, not to hold y'all up, I got to give one more shout out. You had mentioned Jalen Hunt. I got to continue to shout out Nolan Smith, bro. He continues to be a force. Just for real. In the playoffs now, he has 16 tackles, 4 TFLs, 4 sacks, 3 QB hits, and a forced fumble. Up to 10.5 sacks over his last 15 games. He now has 4.5 sacks, which is total the most sacks ever by Eagle, in Siegel postseason. This is only his second year. Beginning of the year, folks is already ready to call Cuz a bust. He has found his groove. Eaton, you talk about high motor. We all knew that he could play the run coming out of Georgia. There was a little bit of question around the pass rush ability. What will it be? Bro, it's there. He continues to build on it game after game after game. I was loving how he was setting the edge, especially in this game, going against Jayden Daniels, because Jayden Daniels likes to roll out to the right majority of the time. That would be to Nolan Smith's side. He did a great job on contain, whether it be in the rollouts or just flat out keeping Jayden Daniels in the pocket. Use more bull rushes this game, the speed moves just to help with contain. Bro, he's going to be a force to reckon with. Between him and Jalen Hunt, I believe, I know Bryce Huff is on the hook for $50 million. We might have him for a couple more years, but we should bring another guy in to complement those 2 young guys, bro. We're going to be set for real.
One, we're going to restructure Bryce contract. How we not about to play that?
Bro.
How we not about to play that? Two, that stat that you just gave about Nolan Smith, he's in the same company and on the same list with Reggie White, to put that into perspective. And 3, Vic Fangio's out here being all-state. We're in good hands.
I love that. But no, truly, bro, you're right. I did not know that Reggie White stat. That is a crazy stat, bro. To obviously, Eagles fans, we all know who Reggie White is and what he has meant to this organization. Okay.
Minister of the defense, man.
Okay, we all know what he's meant to this organization. So to even be in that type company, bro, that's major. That's big ups for Nolan Smith. I'm proud of this guy. Congrats to him. Hey, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
I got my green socks on.
Them Philly dogs ain't playing, boy. I swear. They are not playing. Special teams.
Okay, so I'm gonna start right off the bat with the with the play that had me furious. That 23-yard reception by Ben Sinai on our own 31. I mean, on Washington's own 31, 4th and 6 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left. That fake punt. Everybody and their mama knew what that was going to be, bro. We sitting here, we at the crib watching the joint. We talking about, we yelling at the TV. Hey, it's a fake. It's a fake. Watch the fake. Bro, they let the play clock wind down all the way to like 6 seconds. You're doing all this fake pointing on punt. For y'all that don't know, you ain't got to point that much. You know who you got. If you're stepping to the left, if you're stepping to the right, it ain't that much pointing, bro. They doing all this pointing, the punter back there readjusting itself and doing all this. You knew it was a fake. That is something that we have to be on because we haven't gotten beat with that during the season, but I'm glad that it happened when it did happen because we know who we play next. And they have a great coach over there with their special teams coach. So that's something that we can take from and watch the film and learn and grow and build off of. So like I said, I'm absolutely fine that it happened in this game, but that's something that we have to focus on. Outside of that, Michael Clay had the unit ready, whether it was punt team, kickoff coverage. I can't really say field goal. Yeah. But Michael Clay, keep doing what you're doing. You're an amazing coach. You always have them boys ready and understanding an assignment. Having them revved up, like we said, Will Shipley causing fumbles. The one thing also, I love Keely Ringo. I love Sidney Brown, but I wish their communication was better when they both ran down and they saw each other and then try to stop the ball from going into the end zone to prevent it being a touchback. Unfortunately, there was no communication, but that's a one-off time. Like we said, Jake Elliott 0 for 1 on field goals. Hey, Jake, bro, you keep playing, bro, and I'm gonna call Jason Peters myself, man. He gonna meet you at your locker. Because for real, bro, we're going to need you with these field goals, bro. I know it wasn't ideal. I know it was 54-yard field goal, but bro, people, and we've mentioned this in the videos prior, people are banging 50-plus yard field goals like it's nothing. Okay? That's something that you got to correct and something that you got to focus on. But we're going to keep cheering you up. We're going to keep building you up because we're going to need you to make these kicks. He went 7 for 7 on extra point. But with that being said, that field goal that he missed at the 8-minute and 54 mark in the second quarter, instead of making our lead 17-6, it remained 14-6 in literally under 2 minutes. Then Washington's next drive, what did they do? A 36-yard tied out of Scary Terry. That is the momentum shift. That is field position battle. We have to make sure that we convert. But Jake, we need you to do better. Braden Mann, you keep doing what you're doing. You had 2 punts for 83 yards, a 41.5 average. You have been amazing. I knew when we got you from the Jets and got you over Sipals, the punting factor is so much different now. You can see a difference between him and Sipals. You haven't seen a lot of shank punts from Braden Mann. He pins a lot of punts inside the 20 and makes the offense of the opposition's offense drive the field. But you continue doing an amazing job. And then to round it off with the special teams, Will Shipley with the 3 returns for 88 yards, a 29.3 average. Isaiah Rodgers with 1 return for 24 yards with a 24 average. And then Kenny Gainwell with 2 returns for 39 yards and a 19.5 average. that's special. Like we said, we always have to win the turnover battle and always have to win field position. So what the special teams did on Sunday versus the Commanders, I'm proud of them, minus the little minuscule miscues that we've had. But I'm pretty sure that Michael Clay will get back to tape, get back to film, understand what went wrong, and correct everything before we move forward to the Super Bowl.
Nah, for sure. You hit it on the head. Look, overall, Michael Clay's had his unit ready to go for the most part all year. Jake Elliott, I'm not going to go too much into it. Just tighten up, boy. One more game, bro. I need your best just for one more game. The biggest one. Let's take this home, bro. But outside of his missed field goal, Jake was solid. He's now 22 of 23 for field goals in his postseason career. Per ESPN Stats Info, the Eagles are the first team in this century to recover multiple opponents' fumbles on kick returns in a single postseason. We also did it versus the Packers. So that's just letting you know that kickoff is getting involved in the turnover battle, trying to make a difference. Special teams do matter. So let's continue to keep this up, man. Special teams has been, like I said, overall solid for us all year. One more game, fellas. Everybody, one more game. And we'll be hoisting that boy. Bring your best. I thought the coaches did a great job this game. Kellen Moore, very creative game plan, both passing and rushing, with a little assistance from Coach Stoutland, our run game coordinator. Vic Fangio, we already know he continues to have his unit prepared. I'm not shocked like at all that they're performing the way they're performing now. And to your point you made earlier, and when things aren't going so much the defensive way, Vic Fangio and that unit are very quick to make those adjustments. Nick Sirianni, bro, Nick Sirianni catches a lot of flack, a lot of heat, but this guy continues to be a great coach and continues, truth be told, to be a winner. He's went to the postseason now all 4 years, or the last 4 years, excuse me. Went to the, wild card, Super Bowl, wild card, back in the Super Bowl. I believe he's the first coach now to be the 2 Super Bowls in Eagles history, if I'm not mistaken, and the first coach in NFL history to go to two Super Bowls in your first 4 years of being a head coach. So as much flack as Nick Sirianni gets for not being this and not being that, and what does he do? We don't know. Like we say about QB1, this man wins. He's a motivator. He continues to have his team prepared on Sundays, Saturdays, Thursdays, or whenever we're playing.
Mondays.
Mondays, whenever we're playing, this unit continues to go out there and ball. It's like balls to the wall. And honestly, and I don't even so much know if they're more so playing for him or it's just the culture in which it is. Play for the man next to you. What is it? What do you say? Together, toughness,
tough, togetherness, detailed.
This team embraced that. They are living it on a day in, day out basis. And that is all due to him, the culture in which he's implemented. They've bought in. You can't say that they haven't. Mm-hmm. I believe his record now is 55-23 all time as a head coach, including the postseason.
Mm-hmm. And he has the second most wins in his first 4 seasons, only behind George Seifert. And if y'all don't know, George Seifert was the coach of the Bears like
years ago. Years ago. You know what I'm saying? So what he's doing with this organization, bro, once again, you have to give him credit. You really do. Don't push him to the side and say that he doesn't have an influence. He has a direct impact on this team's success.
Oh, my bad, bro. I'm thinking that he was the coach of the Bears. I'm giving out false info. He was the coach of the 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. I don't know where I got the Bears from.
Okay.
Yeah. Coach of the 49ers. But it was before my time. Look, man. So y'all can't hold that against me. But look, bro, I try to get. I at least did the research and corrected it. All right, gave y'all the right information.
Hey, look, I guarantee you, nobody on here's heard boy name. That's how you know it was a long time ago, before fools was born for real. You know what I'm saying? So, nah. But Nick Sirianni, bro, I got to give you your flowers.
Definitely.
Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Let's bring this home.
Let's bring it home. And congrats to not only the Eagles organization, to our fan base, the city, Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, like you said, Nick Sirianni, the full coaching staff, the trainers, everybody that has all hands on deck, and the players for winning this NFC championship game and getting back to the Super Bowl and going to take what's rightfully ours. But before we get out of here, Big Huss, I want to say thank you to our supporters, the loyal ones that have been here from the beginning, and our new supporters that have came and joined the Main Thing Podcast Presents family. Without you, none of this is able to happen. We want to make sure that we give y'all the greatest content. We want to make sure that we give y'all the current and correct content. And as me and my big bro have been saying over and over and over, we bleed green. We were born into this. This wasn't by chance. We were actually Eagle fans before it was cool to be Eagle fans. But I definitely just want to say, we want to say thank you for the support. Keep making sure that y'all are liking our videos and helping our videos get circulated, and telling your friends and family that you found your favorite Eagle content creators. Make sure that you all continue to drop comments in the section. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure y'all put a Go Birds in the comment section. Make sure that y'all continue to subscribe to the channel, helping our community grow and our family grow. And finally, make sure that y'all are turning on that notification bell, also known as that Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates.
Man, y'all heard Mr. Owens. Y'all go and do that. Get that done, man. So you could be a winner just like your Philadelphia Eagles. Them NFC champions, baby. Y'all know the vibes, man. Now we going one more, man. Going to win it all. We're going to drop a video for y'all next week, debuting or previewing, I should say, the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl get back for real. And we're gonna talk about that one. But for right now, enjoy being the 2024 NFC champions for real. Soak it in. Embrace the family. Share with your family and friends. Let everybody know what it is. It's your favorite ball club. Now look, if you don't know, I go by Big Husk.
And I go by Mr. Owens.
And this is the Main Thing Podcast, where we keep the main thing the main thing. Hey, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hope y'all are having a great week. It's always fly, Eagles fly around here. Go Birds. Hey, till the next one. Hey, we NFC champions, baby.
I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what?